Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Wendy here from Little Nest Crafts. Welcome to all my subscribers, my regular subscribers, and welcome to you if you are new. This video this evening is another video in this Margarete Miller Collage Weekly Planner series, and up to now we've done 31 weeks and this will be week 32. So for anybody who hasn't heard of Margarete Miller, what she does is she gives a list of prompts, which this is this week's list of prompts, and you have to incorporate those prompts into a collage of some description, and the choice is absolutely yours. So if you browse through YouTube and type in Margarete Miller Collage Weekly Planner or hashtag 2024 CW, and you will get umpteen videos starting from week 1, right the way through up until Monday, which will be the start of week 32, but you'll also see previous years as well, and there's some fantastic collages out there if you need any inspiration. I was actually new to this is my first time this year, and I love going back and having a look at everybody else's collages, and they're absolutely great. So I do prompt you to do that if you wish. So this week's prompts are for week 32 are, the first one is cake or dessert. An instrument with keys is the second prompt. The third prompt is a flying insect. The fourth prompt is polka dots. The fifth prompt is a flag. And then the bonus is a piece of ribbon. So I'll just pop those to one side as normal, and I'll bring in my background sheet. And for those who watch me regularly, what I do is I get myself a piece of card, and I do myself a centimetre border around the outside, and then I try and work within that space. And I got this idea from a lovely lady called Carol over at Oak House Journals. So if you get a bit of time, go over to Carol's website, and you will see her fantastic collages that she's done, and she's done a few years worth now, so I've got a lot of catching up to do. But thank you, Carol, I got this idea from her. So I'm going to use the polka dots as my background piece, and what I've done is I've prepped all my pieces as usual to save time, and I've sort of thought it out a little bit as well, because I do and ah as to what I'm going to, how I'm going to do it. So I've forward planned a little bit, and as I say, this is going to be my background piece. And then I've chosen this cake as my centerpiece. I did look at some desserts, but I love wildflowers, and once I saw this cake with all these beautiful wildflowers on, I couldn't resist it. So that's my centerpiece, and I'm using the polka dots as a background, just as a border really. And then what I thought I'd do was I'd give it some dimension. So I've done several of these, and I've put them onto card to make them a bit more substantial. And each layer that I've made, I've taken off one of the cakes. So that one there is minus the top one, so I've got the 3 bottom layers. and I've cut round the leaves on that part, and my plan is to make that into a little pocket if I can, so that I can hide something in there. I do like my little pockets. So, and then the next layer is I've cut out that one and the top one, and I've got the bottom 2 layers, and I've taken away some of the leaves, some of the green leaves, and I've actually missed a little bit off the bottom of here as well. So I'll just get my scissors and cut that a bit closer. There we go. And then while I'm here, I'll just ink a little bit along the bottom and around the edges, not too much around the cake, because I don't want to discolour the cake too much. So it's just to take the whiteness off there. So there we go. So that'll be on there like that, and then this one will be on here like so, and then the final layer, I've just got the bottom layer of the cake, and as I say, I've fussy cut round some of the leaves just to give it a bit more dimension. And then my plan is to put some foam pieces behind, just to raise it up a little bit. And I don't want it to be too raised, so I've got the thinnest foam pads that I could find, because obviously I don't want my piece to be too raised, because when I come to put it in my journal, I don't want, I don't want it to be too thick. So let's have a look what we've got. There we are. So we'll put the first layer on and we'll see how it goes. There we are. Just peel those layers. Now then. So that's the first one. And then same again. Peel these ones off. So I hope that you're all keeping well. I hope that you've had a good week. Chris and I went away in the camper van with the dogs and Toto for a few days with 2 of our daughters and their daughters. So there was 4 of them and Chris and I, and we managed to get a camping pitch next door to each other, and we had a really lovely time. So we spent some time down on the beach, or they did. Unfortunately I can't walk very far with my back problem, and so they went swimming in the sea, and I sat watching from the camper, which I enjoyed. And we went to a different beach every day, and the weather was absolutely fantastic, so it was great just to have a nice break. So last layer now, and it's a good job because it is, even though these aren't very thick, when you've got quite a few layers it soon builds up. But I thought it would be quite effective, so I'll just have to make allowances when I make the spine for the journal, and you know, make the spine a bit bigger. There we are. Just another little piece along there. There we go. I should use a pokey tool really, because my nails are terrible. Let's see what I've got. Let's see if I can get it off with my tweezers. There we are. So I've been busy as well. I'm doing some videos for another collaboration, and I've also been working on a new kit to put in my coffee shop. So if you're interested in that, and I know what I've done, I was going to make it into a pocket, but I've actually put my foam pads behind. I was going to just glue them corners, but never mind, it'll still work. And I quite like the fact that it's 3-dimensional. So what we're going to do now is pop this on here. Now I could make it into a slidey pocket at the side. Let me just move these papers out of the way. Seeing as I've messed up the pocket down here, let me just have a look and see. We'll try. It's only a couple of little pieces that I wanted to tuck in. So before I stick that layer down, we'll get the background piece on first. There we are. Oh, it always shocks me when it first comes out, because the rust comes off this needle, this pin should I say. And I think that's what actually blocks the hole up. There we are. But it won't matter because it's hidden underneath. So just make sure we're straight. There we are. And let's have a look at this one now. Right, so at the moment then we've got the polka dots at the back, and then we've got our cake or dessert, and then the next ones we've got are an instrument with keys. And what I did, I cut out this old melodica, and I chose this because when I was 10 years old, we lived in Cyprus because my father was in the forces, and for Christmas my mum and dad bought me a melodica, and it was the green one, the same as this, so it brings back lovely memories. So what I did plan on doing was to be able to tuck that down in there. Oh, and it will actually go. So there is a little tuck spot down there, and I also cut out a smaller one because I wasn't sure whether that one was too big. So we'll have a look. Yeah, and I think that one actually looks better, but I can always use this one somewhere else. So now then, so that's my instrument with keys, and then we've got flying insect. Now I couldn't do anything but choose a butterfly really. Now you know me, being a beekeeper, if insects are involved, I'm always partial to having a bee or two buzzing round on my pages, and but this, because it's wildflowers and I've got a green, quite a large space of background there, I thought I'd bring in something just to brighten it a bit by putting some of these lovely little butterflies. So I've cut two out and then made two smaller ones just to see which ones I preferred. And what I thought I'd do is tuck them on the cake like so. So I could put a smaller one at the top. But then the next prompt is a flag. Now, as you know, I come from what my dad used to call God's country. I come from Wales, so I've got a couple of different flags here. I've chosen that one, which I thought would stand on the top of the cake, or I've chosen that one too, or there's this one. Let me go back to the one with the stand. It does need inking around it a little bit. It's a bit stark white. So let's have a look. There we are. Yeah, I think I'm going to, because that's got the stand, I think I'm going to use that one. But we'll have a look. Just see these two little ones. And there is red flowers, so I thought the Welsh dragon would be picked up a little bit. So I could do that, see. Oh, choices, choices. If I'm going to use that one, I'd take off these two little pieces there, I think. I'll just stand back a little minute. Have another look. Oh, it's a tie really. I don't know which one to pick. I'm prevaricating as normal. Now you know why I cut everything out and do a bit beforehand. Bit of forward planning. One more. Let's see. Yeah, I think I like the one that's on its own. So make a decision. And before I change my mind, pop it on. Oops. Get it on the top properly first before I stick it down. There we go. It's centralised. Yeah, I think so. And then we'll find somewhere for the butterflies. So I'll put the little ones, I think, need to go on the cake. So put that one there. So he's actually standing proud. And then that one can go on the side of the cake. Pop in there. And then we'll have one larger one down the bottom. On this side somewhere. Yeah. And that's my little melodica sticking out there. And these, I did cut out another couple of instruments. Just in case I was stuck for where to put things and whether things would look okay. So I think I might use them and just tuck them in. Like that one could actually go in there, in that little space. Yeah, because it's a bit of a white space. So this one's I've forgotten what this one's called actually. I'd have to look it up. Can't remember. My memory fails me. But this one, I picked this one as well. And this is called a clavichord. It's got a piano keyboard. So I'm just wondering whether we could tuck that one there. Seeing as I've cut them out. Pop him in between the layers. And they do say things look better in threes, don't they? So yeah, we'll do that. And then I've got 3 instruments. And I can just tuck out there. And then how about this melodica along the bottom? Unless he'll tuck behind that one. Rather than waste it. Yeah, I quite like that. So let's get our glue on. If it's not going to dry up on me. Let me just see if I can clear it a bit more. Right. Excuse me. Try and centralise it. Oops, it's going missing. There we are. Yeah, I might just tuck that flag on there. I don't like wasting anything. Be a bit patriotic. There we are. And then got these little ones. And let's use the last butterfly. And then I've used all of my fussy cuts and I've hit all the prompts. Where can we put this one? On the edge of the page. Maybe on there, shall we? popping down the bottom. On the leaf. There we go. So that went relatively smoothly. So I do hope that you have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed doing it today, and we'll just go over the prompts again, and then I must work out how to take some photos and put them at the end of the video so it can give you a close-up. And then I just need to rub out my borders and the page will be ready to go in a journal. So let's go through the prompts. So we've got a cake or dessert, which is the wedding cake here. An instrument with keys, well, we've got the clavichord and my melodicas, and then I can't remember what this one is, and then we've got butterflies as the flying insects, polka dots are on the background, my Welsh flag, and bonus piece of ribbon. Just going to put you on pause 1 sec. Right, I found this ribbon in my stash and I've cut a little piece, and I think what I'm going to do is just pop it down there on the bottom, and then get my sharp scissors and trim off the edge. But before we do, I'm just going to pop some 3-in-1 glue, otherwise known as Fab-Attack, on the bottom there. And just trim the edge from there. Matches that perfectly. And then we'll just trim the edge off the bottom there. Now then, just wondering whether to put a piece on the top. No, I'm not keen. So there we are. So that's the last prompt. A piece of ribbon. So I'll just hold it up to the screen for you. Just see if we can get you a closer shot. And then you can see the dimensions of the cake through there, through the bottom. So I do hope you like it, and that you'll join me next week when we attempt to do week 33. So until then, I want you all to have a good week, and thank you again for taking the time to watch and to leave me lovely comments. It's much appreciated, and without you, I wouldn't be able to carry on doing the YouTubes. So until next time, look after yourselves and stay safe. Good night, everyone.